Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 5. It was the 80s. It was fun. It started out as a good year. We had just witnessed Saturday Night Fever, Grease. We were going through a lot of changes in Brooklyn, and so was Greenpoint. Mom had married. We were happy. We had a home. In 1980, I was 14 years old. It felt like everyone wanted the 70s to disappear, especially when it came to the music. My take on the 70s: funk, long hair, hallucinations, pills, and then came MTV. Launched in 1981, we couldn't get enough. It was music all day and all night. Then came Rapper's Delight by the Sugar Hill Gang, the first rap song, the new sound. The next day at school was wild. Everyone was talking about it. It was blaring from radios, basketball courts, baseball fields, everywhere. Everyone loved it. I loved it. I had amazing friends, CJ, Lisa, and Wendy. The four of us were inseparable. They knew I was gay. Everyone did. I got beat up for it, punched in the face, but my brothers, especially Nicky, always had my back. I was skinny and scrawny, but I learned to protect myself. I wasn't a prize fighter, but I wasn't backing down either. Even from the girls who thought they had a gay kid cornered, I wasn't having it. You hit someone, you get hit back. That's how I roll, and still do. Junior high school, 126 in Greenpoint, was small. Everyone knew everyone. Our guidance counselor was a close friend, family friend, who played cards with my parents in our basement. During the week, people were always at our house. Ironically, weekends, they weren't, which was great. We were so happy we had the basement to ourselves, thank God. That year, I got punished severely for cursing at a teacher over a school book. The teacher called the guidance counselor. Guidance counselor called my parents, and I had no idea what was about to come. You see, punishment in our house wasn't just physical, it was psychological. Before Timmy was born on Flushing Avenue, punishment meant standing in the corner. We weren't being hit at that point. But not for 10 or 20 minutes. Sometimes 1, sometimes 2 hours. You try standing in one position for 2 hours, and you're breathing nothing but the smell of your breath and wall, which eventually become one. And it's vile. It's nasty. And that's what we had. I mean, that day at school after the cursing incident, Dad met me outside. I felt a smack on the back of my head. I thought it was one of the boys, but no, I turned around and it was Dad. He slapped me in front of the entire school. I probably deserved the punishment, but definitely not the humiliation. I ran. He yelled to get in the fucking car, and I did. We were driving down Jabba Street, and I remember seeing my mom hanging out the window, yelling, "What happened?" "He tried to run from me, Flo," my dad said. And I got punished again. I laughed, because it sounded funny in the street. That earned another slap on the head. If you were not liked in the Ryan family, then you were out. And they never did not like anyone. I mean, we all got along, but there were times when we all did not. We were fighting. There were fights. There were black eyes. There was craziness going on in our family. It was so big. And a lot of times I just sit there and witnessed it, and I sat and I was in shock. Nicky didn't want to tolerate it. And I think that's what happened with Nicky. He ran away. He fought dirty, and I think if he and Dad had gotten into a fight, somebody would have wound up in the hospital. And I don't think it would have been Nicky. Mom was furious with Dad for weeks when he left. You could feel it in the air. We called it a breather. Still, I'm thankful to him, to Dad. He chose to love my mom and raise us. As he got older, he mellowed out. He taught us valuable lessons. One especially, none of my brothers ever hit their kids. My Greenpoint story ends sadly. So does Nicky's. We haven't spoken in years. Bad blood and a stupid moment. When Mom passed, there was no call, no check-in from him. That I'll never forgive. I started out lonely in Greenpoint, but found loyal friends. My cousins were also very, very close. My outlet was tennis. We were growing up. The neighborhood was changing. Friends and neighbors were leaving. We wanted to stay, especially Mom, but Dad couldn't afford it. Nana sold a house at 92 Jaffa Street, which is now a landmark. Same facade, 3-car garage, rooftop deck, 3 floors, finished basement, a rental upstairs, and our middle apartment. It was perfect. We moved just before I started high school. I had no outlet, so I buried myself in my schoolwork. I became an introvert once again, until I joined the co-op program. It's a school-to-work initiative. You go to school one week and work the next, and you earn a paycheck. You can even graduate early. It was tough, but you had to double up on your classes, but I highly recommend it. Mom and I got a job on the same day. It was great. We were thrilled. My first job was at the Gulf and Western Building at 59th Street in Columbus Circle. It was Paramount Pictures. I was 16 years old and barely had hair on my chest. I'm so stupid. And I looked up at this tall building thinking, wow, I work here. I had a paycheck. I had friends, Cedric and Val. Val had the job before me, so I became the new receptionist in 1982. We were inseparable as well. We went to screenings, we smoked a lot of weed, we drank outside theaters, rolled beer cans down the aisle. People smelled the weed on us. Some people wouldn't even sit near us. We laughed even when people were crying in the movies. Luckily, no big executives ever came to those screenings because that would have been our last. We started to hear about this flu, and then the world changed. Nothing prepared us for what was about to come. People were getting really sick. I didn't think much of it until Mom sat me down and said, you have to watch this. And I did. They were calling it the gay plague. They named it AIDS. It was such a hard time. I'm taking college courses now about that era. And my blood, sweat, and tears are in every paper that I write. And Kathy, my family members, had lost so many friends, and so did I. It was terrifying. But we had brave LGBTQ plus voices yelling and screaming and demonstrating every day. I remember seeing it on the news, and I'm closing my eyes right now, and I'm remembering those news reports. Each one of you made a difference in how we live, how we love, and how we learn. Thank God for Dr. Fauci and his brilliant team. It wasn't perfect. Mistakes were made. But their dedication gave us a light at the end of the tunnel. Today, there are options, treatments, and hope. I thank everyone who helped our universe get better. In the face of fear, loss, and ignorance, we found courage in our communities, in our voices, and in each other. We learned to fight not just for survival, but for dignity, for love, and for truth. That era shaped me in ways I'm still discovering. It taught me that resilience isn't just about enduring pain, it's about transforming it into a purpose. To the brave souls who stood up when the world turned its back. Larry Kramer, whose fierce activism helped launch ACT UP. Cleve Jones, who gave us the AIDS Memorial Quilt, and Mateed Krim, I hope I said that right, who bridged science and advocacy. Jose Sierra, who helped generations by being unapologetically visible. And Harvey Milk, whose life and tragic death lit a fire in all of us. You are the reason we're still here. You changed medicine, policy, and hearts. You are the reason we keep going. And I carry your strength with me always. This is the end of episode 5. We have one more to go. I keep saying thank you to everyone who listens because I do thank you. I hope you've enjoyed this journey of mine. It's been a joy to speak, to share it, and sometimes to relive it with you. This is just a small part of my life. I don't have the desire right now to talk about the rest. But who knows what the future holds. I leave you here in the 80s. Maybe one day we'll pick it up again in the late 80s and early 90s. Thank you again for your dedication, your loyalty, and for letting me share my journey. I call it Murphy's Truth. Episode 6 is coming shortly. Thank you all again. Take care. Welcome to Episode 5, Video Killed the Radio Star, written and produced by Kirk Pacheco.